What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today we're going to be talking about the Leviathan raid, the easiest way to defeat the final boss, the absolute best loadouts, exotics and strategies, and also the loot that I've picked up from this raid myself. So me and my team beat the raid on its launch day, and I streamed it to this YouTube channel, so huge thanks to the crazy amount of you that showed up to watch. But honestly, I thought the final boss was one of the easier parts of the raid. I'm not just saying that, but with our team, we're all pretty good levels, between like 290 and 300, so damage and enemies wasn't really a problem. We just got stuck for a long time on the garden stealth encounter, but regardless, I feel pretty confident about this final boss section, which is why I wanted to make a simple and to the point guide to help all of you through it as well, sharing my tips. So hopefully this video helps you out in your fire team. If it does, then like, ratings and shares always much appreciated. So when you spawn and shoot the cup out of his hands, you simply clear the room of all the enemies. You can use this to grab ammo, which is helpful. And also, before you get teleported like Atheon, a helpful tip is to kill all the scions the second they spawn, right before they teleport you, because they're mages and they're good for dropping extra power ammo bricks. Now, when he claps his hands, all 6 of you are going to be teleported into this Shadow Realm type place with a big Calus head. So you need to pick 3 of you who are going to go back to the throne room every time, while 3 of you stay in the Shadow Realm. Once you've sorted who's going where, 3 of you going back are going to pick an orb, right, left, or middle, and always go into the same one to avoid you fighting over which orb to jump into. Now, the 3 of you back in the throne room will have to punch one scion according to what the people in the Shadow Realm are going to call out. So in this room, we had 1 person on the ads, and the other 2 were right and left, ready to punch that scion. Now, the 3 people in the Shadow Realm need to look at the symbol on the top of Calus's head and call out that symbol. So the 3 of you are going to see 3 different symbols, so call out what you see, and again, have an order you say them in so you aren't just talking over each other, say them one by one. So the 4 possible symbols are the same ones that appear above the scions' heads and the same one that appears on Calus's head. These are cup, dog, cleaver, and the sun. Try and keep it simple, whatever you call them. Just try and keep it quick and easy to call out. So once the 3 people in the Shadow Realm call out the 3 symbols they saw, the people in the throne room need to punch the scion of the 1 symbol that wasn't called out. So if the 3 people say cup, dog, and sun, they didn't say cleaver, so you go and kill the scion under the cleaver icon. Kill whatever one isn't called out. So again, if they say cup, dog, and cleaver, they didn't say sun, so go and kill the one under the sun icon. Now, this step of calling out the symbols and killing the scions happens 3 times in a damage phase, so do it 3 times. Now, meanwhile, in the Shadow Realm, as you can see from more console's perspective, you'll be calling out the symbols 3 times before you can damage the boss, and you also need to be shooting the scions that appear, watching out for the weird floor that can sometimes mess you up. It's all crooked, and there are sometimes holes in the floor as well, and those scions are going to launch you into the air, causing Calus to eat you, so watch out for that stuff. So once you've done the 3 callouts and all 3 scions have been correctly killed, he's going to vomit skulls at you when you're close to him. So you need to shoot the skulls that come out of his mouth as fast as possible, using fast-firing weapons to cover as many as you can. The more skulls, the more damage you're going to do to the boss during this damage phase. So it's important you try and get at least 40 as a minimum, maybe 50, 60 if you're really good with it. Now, the trade-off here is that the people in the throne room at the same time need to shoot Calus's shield to try not to die, but they need to wait until as many skulls have been destroyed. So they basically look at the skull count on the bottom, the buff as you can see climbing up every skull that's killed, and eventually to figure out, okay, that's enough, let's destroy his shield now before we die. You need to figure out when is enough, but try and aim for 40, 50, maybe 60. When you finally take down his shield, he's going to bring you all back into the throne room for damage. So he's also going to try and blow one of you up when you get back here, so watch out for that explosion, try and separate. Once you do this, simply group up all 6 of you on one plate, shoot him in the face until you hear that deep noise sound. He's then going to shoot the plate, so move to the next plate, continue damage until the deep sound, again move to the 3rd plate, then the 4th plate, and that's the entire damage phase. Call the symbols out, kill the scions 3 times, shoot the skulls out of his mouth, and then group up on the plates for damage. That is the entire damage phase. Now, we did it in 3 damage phases, but obviously depending on your level, your weapons, the amount of skulls you destroy, that's probably going to vary a little bit. As he gets weaker, also his chest becomes the crit spot, not his head. And also at the very end, he does a final stand where you all shoot his shield together to finally kill him. So like I said, you repeat that 3 times or 4 times, however many times you need, until he's finally dead. Now, in terms of the best loadouts for this, some really good weapons are the exotic Merciless Fusion Rifle. That is amazing for damage. Also use a Warlock Rift on Empowering option for more damage. And of course, Night Stalker Tether Bows. The exotic Lunification Boots for the Warlock reloads everyone's weapons inside the rift, which is really, really good. And also for the skull section, the Titan Half-Side Barricade is good because that lets you reload your weapon instantly so you can shoot more skulls, not have to waste time and get most damage possible. Now, looking at some of my raid loot that I picked up myself, I got the Hunter chest piece twice. It's a bit disappointing there's no raid perks on the actual armor set. I think it's definitely a missed opportunity for some cool raid perks like all 4 armor sets in the previous raids had, but nevertheless, it's a pretty cool armor. Also got the auto rifle twice, so not the best luck with the duplicates. The auto rifle is okay, it's not incredible, it's definitely not bad either. But I know the scout rifle, pulse, and sword, and also rocket are amazing, so I'm looking forward to getting some of those weapons. I also got some of the Emperor tokens, which you can spend with the Sweeperbot vendor in the tower. And also Hawthorne gives you an Imperial engram with raid loot if you beat the raid inside a clan. Now there are also these keys which open up chests in the raid, and also the shader, which is pretty nice. If you found this guide helpful in your team benefits at all, then a like rating would be much appreciated. I'll leave a timestamp down below in the description so you can see the part of the stream when we actually beat the boss and you can see it in real time. Huge thanks to Yoshi for joining us, and of course you guys that came to support in chat while I streamed it. You guys are awesome. If you want to watch another video from me, then click the image on screen right now, and I'll see you guys next one.